Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era, and today we're going to look into the markets. But before I begin, make sure to like, subscribe, and join our private members. If you want to make some gains and keep them and avoid all of this mess, then join our private members. Right now, the market is down, is bleeding profusely. Everything is down. Everything from traditional markets to crypto, every sector is down. AI agents and AI are down. Meme coins are down. DeFi is down. We got ETFs are down just across the board. The only category that is not down is DeFi AI. We're down on the weekly, and some of them are actually down on the monthly. DOT is down 27%. We have Stark down 37%. We got Hex down 60% on the monthly. Rune is down 48%. Tau is down 28%. It's just a bloody market right now. It doesn't stop there. We have a total of 700 million liquidations. We have 590 million liquidations on the long side, and we have 100 million on the short side. As you can see here, I think it's the third largest liquidation event. Folks, again, are playing with leverage. Happens time and time again, folks. This is the altcoin season index. And as you can see over here, we're currently in no man's land. We're at 59. Let's have a look at the greed and fear index. The fear and greed index is currently at 61. We're closer to neutral than we are to extreme greed. This is the liquidation heat map, and it looks like we hit max pain at 90,000. If it doesn't hold, the max pain could be around here at 75,000 US dollars. Bitcoin is currently at 91,000 US dollars, close to 92,000 US dollars. Cumulative volume is heading down. The spot cumulative volume is also heading down, and the funds rate is neutral. This is a good indication that we might have seen max pain. Probability wise, I believe that we're going to hit a floor price once Trump becomes officially the president of America. This is global liquidity versus the S&P 500. As you can see, global liquidity around the world has decreased. Therefore, the S&P 500 has followed suit. It's taking a small minor pullback as of now. Liquidity has decreased. As you can see, they move in tangent. This is the entire market cap of crypto, and currently we've made a new all-time high. It looks like we are just retesting the previous all-time high over here at 2.9 trillion US dollars. This looks very bullish. We're just having a retracement back to this area, testing it as support, and then finally continuing up on this bullish ascend. It's formed a bullish pennant, and every time we see a bullish pennant, ladies and gentlemen, what happens? It's just a continuation of an uptrend. Here is a tweet. Turns out good news is in fact bad news. We're adding 100K more jobs than the consensus estimate in December, leading to a tick down in unemployment. This strength in employment means further inflationary pressures and therefore lower likelihood of a rate cut in 2025. Crypto has held on surprisingly well despite a bond and stock market sell-off. January is historically a noisy month for job prints with holiday employment and other seasonal impacts. I am very skeptical this is anything more than a blip on the radar for what should be a big year for cuts. The AI trend for job cuts is only just beginning. Times like this, it's very good to zoom out. 2025 could be a year for crypto ETFs. More than 12 new digital assets ETFs could be launched in the US this year if approved by the SEC. Asset managers have submitted 12 filings to the SEC to date. The report noted, and potential products include a ProShares ETF that denominates the S&P 500 returns in BTC, a combined Bitcoin and Ether ETF, Litecoin, XRP, and Solana-based products. With the appointment of a crypto-friendly Paul Atkins as chairman of the SEC and the exit of Gary Gensler, thank God. Ongoing lawsuits against crypto companies are likely to fade away, the report said, and this makes the approval of new ETFs more likely. Bitcoin price targets. There are only two possibilities to happen next. The first one is the obvious one, where many participants think this as well. They think that once Trump is in office, that the prices will stabilize and head up higher. The second one is that we are having a liquidity squeeze. Global liquidity is heading down, and therefore traditional markets are going to head down also. S&P 500 is currently down 0.65%. We're also going to get the CPI results. We're going to get the CPI for December. Either two things will happen. CPI result will come out, and it will either be less than expected. If it's less than expected for CPI, markets are going up. If the CPI is lower than expectations, there's going to be risk on. The market wants the Fed to continue cutting. They want them to continue cutting. Also, I believe the bond market is in peak fear. It's in peak fear, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2-year bond market. It looks like it's heading up to 4.3. What we need it to do is to head down here at 3.5. The traders in the bond market thought that the Fed will cut until we get to 3.5%. So now it's gone to a mean version, and now it's headed back up to a relative price of 4.3%. I don't think it will head up higher. Just keep an eye on this. I think this is max pain, and then we're going to head back down. Interest rates are going to be cut this year. The VIX is heading up higher. I did warn participants, whenever we get to these lower areas, it's a time to be cautious. Every time we go to these lower areas, we tend to go up and swing to the upside. And again, we went to these lower areas, and we might continue to go to the upside and possibly hit peak fear. The DXY continues to run up higher. Currencies around the world, especially in Germany, especially in Europe and Japan, are falling against the DXY. And that's the main reason why the DXY continues to go up higher. Surprisingly, BTC is doing really well under these conditions. BTC has made an all-time new high, yet the DXY is hurdling all the way to 110. Ethereum, however, is still in struggle street. Unfortunately, it's hit this trend line right over here and made a small bounce on this trend line. It looks like it ultimately wants to head over here to $2,600. That's going to be a brutal retracement for the king of alts. Made a double top up here, came back down. That's a 40% retracement. This, ladies and gentlemen, is massive confluence right over here. ADA, surprisingly, is doing better than majority of altcoins. The two altcoins that are doing ridiculously well in this bloodbath is XRP, ADA, Stellar, and a few other older coins. ADA looks like it's forming a bullish pennant. And as you can see here, right over here, a bullish pennant is just a continuation of an uptrend. And ADA is gone from strength to strength, and it looks like it wants to surprisingly break out to the upside. Solana is currently on struggle street, and it looks like it's heading lower to this trend line of $164. We, ladies and gentlemen, have just done a full circle. Participants are rotating into stable coins. XRP looks like it really wants to head to this area at $3.29. There's going to be an ETF for XRP, an ETF for ADA, and an ETF for many other altcoins. I've said this prediction before, and I've said altcoins are going to be listed in the NASDAQ 100. DOT looks like it's continued to go down. Ultimate area of buying opportunity if you're still not in this market and you're sitting on stable coins or on some cash. Put some cheeky bids at $4.28. Put some cheeky bids for Dodge as well. Right over here, it's holding this trend line surprisingly at 30 cents. If that doesn't hold, ladies and gentlemen, the best area to buy is at 22 cents. Everyone's a gangster until it's time to buy the dip. Are you going to buy the dip? Mantle made a double top, hit my trend line right over here, and now he's heading down lower. We have stacks. I hold some stacks, got airdropped some stacks, and it looks like it's just in a deep consolidation. It didn't really have a meteoric breakout like the rest of the other altcoins. Let's have a look at others. I haven't seen others for a while. Now, I made a video just on others, and it looks like we are still in a good position. We haven't made a new lower low. We're just consolidating just over here. I believe the best time to get into crypto was in November 2024. The second best time to get into crypto is now, January 2025. If we go back to previous history and go back to the previous epic altcoin season, the best time to buy altcoins was in August 2019. The second best time to buy altcoins was in January 2021. There's a very, very close resemblance here, don't you think so? This is the total market cap of DeFi. It's simply making higher highs with higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. How can you deny that we're not in a bull market? Forget about the noise, drown out all the noise, look at the charts. We're in an uptrend, a massive, massive uptrend. Focus on the charts and you will find your way. SU is continuing to head up higher, but this might be a distribution zone. Normally it just runs out of steam. This is what happens when a coin begins to run out of steam. There's a lot of headwinds along the way, and right now it looks like it's coming to an end. This is probably going to be a good area to short. I think we are in a consolidation period because I believe SU is in the top 15, maybe the top 12, and I think it's going to probably head lower. Next buying potential is at $3. And then ultimately, if you're lucky enough for it to drop another 60%, which we have seen this happen time and time again, the best area to buy is at $2. More realistically, the best area to buy is at $3.33. Oh dear, Bobcat. Look at memes are gone. Yep. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's done. Like I said in a previous episode, mint layer looks like it's heading straight to 4 cents. Link this diagonal trend line. The biggest confluence is at $17. And finally, Tau. Tau has formed a double top over here, which is a reversal pattern. So we're most likely going to head to $335. That's a good buy potential. And then ultimately, the biggest confluence is at $279. That's going to be a massive drawdown. I think the next logical step for Tau is to introduce AI agents to their ecosystem. They're one of the biggest protocols in the AI meta, and they got caught off guard. The best thing that they should do for prices to go up higher is make launch pads. They should do is to compete with the likes of Virtual and AI16Z. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you tomorrow, actually. Join our private members. You won't regret it. If you want to make some gains and hold on to them, then join our private members. If you want to find hidden gems, 5x's, 10x's, 20x's, and maybe 100x, join our private members. Peace.